We're going to go live right now. Police and Crime Stoppers are announcing a reward in connection with a firearms trafficking investigation. Let's go live to Toronto Police Headquarters.
Leading to the arrest of Mr. Kamar Cunningham, a convicted firearms trafficker. Mr. Cunningham was apprehended as part of Project Patton back in June of 2018. His involvement was in a criminal organization that was responsible for trafficking a significant amount of firearms over the U.S.-Canadian border. At that time, Project Patton resulted in the most significant seizure and single largest seizure of guns in Toronto's history. We conducted search warrants leading to 75 arrests and the laying of more than 1,000 firearms, drug, and gang-related charges. During that time, Cunningham was arrested, convicted, and then sentenced. He has been released on bail 3 times. Each time he has violated his release conditions before being arrested and released on bail again. On May the 4th of 2021, Cunningham was sentenced in absentia for 9 years in custody. Not surprisingly, he did not appear once again for his sentencing hearing. He is now wanted on a Canada-wide parole warrant, is listed as number 4 on Bolo's top 25 most wanted list. He is 39 years old, described as 6 foot 1 inches tall, approximately 160 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, and a full sleeve tattoo on his right arm. Cunningham has strong family and criminal ties in the Greater Toronto area. We believe he's still operating within the GTA community, likely under an assumed identity, and he absolutely poses a threat to public safety. Mr. Cunningham was born in Jamaica and also still has ties to that country as well. We are urging every member of the community to be on the lookout for Mr. Cunningham. If you have any information about his whereabouts, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, we are asking that you come forward. You can reach out anonymously through Crime Stoppers, or if it's an emergency, 911. Together, we can get this convicted criminal off the streets and make our communities safer. And to Kamar Cunningham, the time to face the consequence of your actions is long overdue. Do the right thing, surrender yourself, get a lawyer, and spare our communities further harm. Thank you. I'm going to now turn it over to Mr. Maxime Langlois, Executive Director of the Bolo program.
Good morning, and thank you for being here. As we've done many times since 2018, today's announcement is part of the Bolo program's commitment to the Toronto Police Service, Toronto Crime Stoppers, and the entire City of Toronto to build a safer community for everyone. The Kamar Cunningham case is special for 4 reasons. Number 1, this is the first non-homicide case we are featuring in Toronto. Because Bolo exclusively features top priority wanted notices, our work has naturally focused on homicide cases. But by no means are our homicide cases the only ones deserving of our attention. Since 2018, we've amplified several non-homicide cases, and you will see even more of these cases amplified by Bolo in the months and years to come. Because the violence plaguing our communities has transformed over the past few years, and this violence must command all of our attention. Which leads me to reason number 2. Gun violence has reached an unprecedented and unacceptable level in our country. At the root of this phenomenon are the guns themselves, and at the root of these guns are unscrupulous individuals like Kamar Cunningham. Acting with the most blatant disregard for human life, individuals like Mr. Cunningham bring these deadly weapons into our communities, their communities. Because for criminals like Mr. Cunningham, a gun in a killer's hand means money in their pockets. Because indeed, and this is reason number 3, Mr. Cunningham is not simply a suspect or an accused, as is usually the case for Bolo campaigns. He is a convicted criminal. This is the first time Bolo has had the displeasure of featuring a convicted criminal in a Toronto campaign. How is that even possible? Here's reason number 4. In 6 years of running Bolo, I've never heard such a lax application of bail by our courts. As mentioned by the superintendent, a Canada-wide warrant was issued for Mr. Cunningham because he didn't show up at his sentencing hearing. We're talking here about someone who had repeatedly shown a disregard for a rule of law, who had broken his bail conditions time and again, who was convicted of trafficking firearms, and who, despite all this, was allowed to remain in the community. The fact that he didn't show up for his sentencing hearing, where he knew he would have been ordered behind bars, could not have come as a surprise to anyone. And so this is the reason we're here today, to launch a major amplification campaign on Facebook and Instagram to encourage people in critical areas of Toronto and the GTA to be on the lookout. This digital campaign will be coupled with 6 billboards that will be popping up across the GTA. In cooperation with Toronto Crime Stoppers, the Bolo program is now offering a reward of up to $50,000 for any information leading to the arrest of Mr. Cunningham. I want to be clear here. There's only one condition for this reward to be paid. The tip you will provide needs to lead to the arrest of Mr. Cunningham, period. Once Mr. Cunningham is behind bars, our top and only priority will be to give you the reward you deserve, like we've done many times in the past. And don't forget, thanks to Toronto Crime Stoppers, you can remain completely anonymous while submitting your tip and while collecting your reward. No detail is too small. If you have something to say about Mr. Cunningham's whereabouts, call Crime Stoppers. But don't wait. This reward is only available until December 4, 2024. If you have something to say it now. I will conclude with a message for Mr. Cunningham. Mr. Cunningham, your actions have shown a blatant disregard for the safety of your community. Now is the time to do the right thing. You're going to see the reward for your arrest plastered across social media. You will see your face on billboards. This will be uncomfortable for you. Stop looking over your shoulder. Stop worrying about who will call in the tip that will lead to your arrest. Do the right thing for yourself, for your family, and for your community. Call a lawyer and make arrangements to turn yourself in. Thank you.
We're listening to Toronto Police alongside Crime Stoppers announcing a reward in connection for the arrest of 39-year-old Kamar Cunningham of Toronto. He is wanted in connection to a massive firearms trafficking investigation. In fact, he's number 4 on the Canada's most wanted list. He is facing several charges right now and was essentially part of the largest seizure of guns in our city's history, trafficking firearms.